What's going on YouTube? Achilles here, and today we're going to be playing a mono green aggro deck, and the whole point of this deck is to go wide early on, and then we try to bring out the Ouroboroid, which is a very powerful 4-drop, which says at the beginning of combat on your turn, put X/1/1 counters on each creature you control, where X is this creature's power. So this could get out of hand really quickly if our opponent can't answer it, especially if we have a really wide board, so we'll have some really powerful creatures very quickly. So we try to play as many creatures as we can throughout the turns, and then on turn 4, if we have it, we drop Ouroboroid, and then we try to win as fast as possible. And all the green cards in here have a ton of value. We even have Llanowar Elves, so we can ramp up a little bit. We try to bring out as many creatures as we can and overwhelm the opponent, because this deck's window of opportunity is in the earlier turns, but it could still compete with other decks if you have the Ouroboroid out, because the longer the game goes on, the more 1/1 counters are going to go on all your creatures. If they try to use spot removal on our creatures, we have stuff like Surrak, as well as the Pawpatch Recruit, which will take advantage of spot removal. And speaking of spot removal, we can protect our creatures with Overprotect and Royal Treatment as well. So let's get right into this list. We got 1 Bushwhack, 3 Giant Growth, 4 Hemosymbic Mite, 4 Llanowar Elves, 4 Pawpatch Recruit, 2 Royal Treatment, 1 Flourishing Bloom-Kin, 2 Innkeeper's Talent, 2 Overprotect, 4 Frenzied Baloth, 4 Keen-Eyed Curator, 1 Sentinel of the Nameless City, 3 Surrak Elusive Hunter, 1 Scrapshooter, 4 Ouroboroid, and for the lands we got 18 Forests and 2 Soulstone Sanctuary. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so every bit will help. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. And if you want to become a member, you can get early access to videos. Let's get right into these games. Okay, we get to go first, and this is perfect because going first with an aggro deck is definitely giving yourself an advantage, because going second is definitely not ideal. I mean, if you're playing like Control or some kind of mid-range deck, sure. But bringing out a creature on turn 1 for a deck like this is very important. So they're either going to be playing Azorius Control or the Azorius/Jeskai Artifact deck, if I had to guess. So right now we're just going to be swinging. The thing that worries me is Pinnacle Starcage, but we have one more turn before that could possibly come out. This is going to be nice. Do this. We will now pump up the Mite. So now we go for the big swing, pump up the Baloth. And that is a ton of damage early on. So if they do have the Pinnacle Starcage, that'll definitely help them a lot. Anything else won't be as impactful. I mean, they could go Snare, but looks like we get it. Okay, we get to go first. We got our 1-drop Recruit for turn 1, which is always nice. If we could find one more land, that'll be very ideal, so we could curve out the Surrak. Oh man, the Stadium Headliner. So technically this is no land, but I don't want to use it right now. So they take the 2, we go for the Curator, we just pass. We have a lot of options for next turn though. At the end of the day, go Bushwhack, find a land, go for another Keen-Eyed, or I could just find a land, maybe go for Surrak. All depends. Oh, this is fancy, so they're going to get double tokens. But the problem is, I could get rid of their Stadium. Pretty good start. Turn 1 Llanowar Elves is always welcomed. And we could even go for the Offspring ability for Pawpatch next turn, or go for Surrak, depending on what they're playing and what we draw next. So we play Llanowar Elves, go from there. Alright, so I think we're going to end up going for Surrak, just because it has the most power. Instead of like going for Pawpatch, brings out one of the whatchamacallit, the tokens of itself, then we would only have 3 power between them. This way we have an extra damage in, which you can't go wrong with. So we go for the swing. And now we're gonna bring out Pawpatch, the Offspring. So if they decide to target anything, then we're gonna have a great time with not only drawing a card, but putting some 1/1 counters on something. And that is exactly what they're gonna do. Plus we get to draw a card. Can't go wrong with that. I want to have 1 mana open for either Giant Growth or Royal Treatment, so we'll do it this way. Exactly for that reason, too. So they get to target something, and then we'll be able to get all our benefits, which is really cool. So now we go Royal Treatment. Protect our guy. And we get it. I like this hand a lot. I feel like if I go first and don't have a turn 1 creature to play, then it's a hand I won't like. But just opening up with a creature on turn 1, even if they stab it, it's fine. At least we had it. So now we're going to go for the Baloth. Hopefully this one doesn't die, because if it doesn't, we could use Overprotect on it and whatnot, but I'm sure they'll remove it if I had to guess. When you see mono black, you just gotta assume the worst. Interesting. Okay, this is actually really nice though, because now we have Overprotect on standby. Big swing. And we're just going to hold up the Overprotect. There's no reason to waste it. It's totally fine. Interesting deck so far. They're playing Cease and Desist. Was some kind of... Really? I see. They're going to try to do a lot of damage to me with the Duskmourn Claim. That's fair. I'm going to take like a whole bunch of damage if I had to guess. Or not, because they drew a land. Thankfully, of course. Well, that's 9, 11, 12. Yeah, we don't have enough damage to win, but we got it either way. Not too bad. Maybe I don't want to have 2 Giant Growths in our opening hand, but the right situation, it could be deadly if we have the right creature swinging with the right, just in the right situation. I guess the Mite plus all the Giant Growths would be good, but we don't even have that. But we just gotta play it. Take it by ear. It's a good card. It's just a 3/3 that you get to put on something, so can't go wrong with that. So I think the only choice really is to just go for the Keen-Eyed Curator. I don't even want to swing. I'd rather hold up the Royal Treatment. Ah, very fancy. So they take the 4. Do like that. I might end up using the Royal Treatment on the Keen-Eyed Curator, just to give it a extra 1/1 counter plus the benefit it has on it. Ooh, they're gonna pay the 1, aren't they? Very fancy. So now the best thing they could do is swing for 3. Sure, let's make Llanowar Elves a little stronger. I'll take it. I think we just swing. So let's see, this is 8 damage plus 6. Can I even do math? 8, 4, yeah, they'd still be alive. Like, wait a minute, I can't do math. Playing a card game. But it's okay, because next turn, it's going to be the moment to shine for the double... Oh my god. I was going to say it's going to be the moment to shine for the double giant growth, but maybe that's not going to be the case if they're doing all this ridiculous stuff right now. Yeah, because they have 4 creatures to block with. Which is pretty wild if you ask me. You know what, guys? I'm just gonna go for it. Let's see how this works out. If they decide to block this in a weird way, we might win. If they let 1 creature go through, we'll win. Even if it was the Llanowar Elves, we could give it plus 6, and then it would have 8. Oh my god. Yeah, so just pump it up. That's it. Not too bad of a start. So, between opening up with the Mite and the Recruit, I like to prioritize the Mite, because when this thing swings, it'll have a benefit for your other creature, if you have another creature, of course, and then you have all the buffs and stuff you could pump up the Mite, and then it'll pump up the other creature. So I think just setting up the Mite first makes more sense, even though the Recruit has 1 more power. So I think we just throw out the Baloth instead of Innkeeper's Talent, just because we're going to be dishing out a lot of damage quickly. So they obviously have the 2 damage 1-drop to one of her creatures, and they end up hitting the Mite. That's fair. But they still take 3. And we have a lot of options for next turn. We could go Innkeeper's Talent with Recruit, play Surrak, or go for the Offspring with Recruit. Plus the Mystery card that we draw, of course. It's a good one. I think we just go for Surrak. Has a lot of power on it. Plus, if they try to spot removal again, then we'll just take... we'll get an extra card, so... Can't go wrong with that. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's no way I'm blocking that. So we do 7. Is that the move, though? Probably. Let's do the 7. If Surrak wasn't a legendary creature, I'd just play another one. Plus now, if they attempt to do some kind of spot removal like that, we get a lot of advantage off of it. And we get it. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comments section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. I hope everyone has a great day. Take care.